What's up, guys? We are back, and I'm looking at some more MLB plays today over on PrizePicks. These plays can also apply to other apps out there as well, but we're looking to get back in the win columns with some more winners in today's video. Yesterday, our sixth man fell just short. We missed by a Remuto right there by 0.5 and Bohm by about 3. So we came damn close to cashing that sixth man, but fell just short. Looking to cast some winners today on some plays, though. So we're going to get to these free plays shortly, but if you guys have not already leaving a like on the video yet, go ahead and do so, because if we get to 175 likes, I'll drop a third play in tomorrow's video for you guys. And while you're down to leaving a like, you may as well subscribe to the channel also with those notifications on. That way you get in before these lines get bumped to get removed. And the last thing before we get into the free plays, though, is to not miss out on checking out the DubClub. The DubClub, use the link in my description or in the top line in the comment section, can get you a nice little discount. It'll get you a discount to get in for either the next month or the next 3 months. And the DubClub is where you get all of my plays sent straight to your phone, and also access to the premium channels over in my Discord. That includes my 6-man slips, bankroll builder slips, underdog streaks, home run lottery slips, community chat, and plays from 5 different contributors. Asmies is a PGA guy crushing his golf plays constantly. Emo is a WNBA guy. We have a soccer guy in Elo, tennis guy in third one, and also Nerd Alert for some esports plays as well. So there's pretty much everything available that you need over in this DubClub. I'm also in the chat pretty much 24/7, so if you have any questions for me, just at me in the chat, and I'll respond to you in a pretty good time. Whether you guys have just any questions really at all, whether it's like how your entry looks or anything, I'll usually respond to you pretty fast. So it really is a great place to be, though. Community is pretty positive, so don't miss out on joining. There will be that discount available if you use the link in my description or in the top line of the comment section, just a banner that pops up at the bottom of your screen. Click on claim, and it will give you that discount. And now with that out of the way, let's get to these free plays. Just play responsibly and at your own risk, and let's get to these plays. The first play like on the PrizePicks board for tonight's slate is over in the hits, runs, and RBIs category. I'm going to go with one of the first guys on here. It's going to be Josh Young, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs today against Baltimore. I think he's in a great spot because he crushes lefties, and he gets a lefty matchup here against Trevor Rogers. He's been over this line in only 42% of games this year and has not been super great as of late, going over in only 35% of his last 20 games. However, look at the difference. When he faces a righty, he's been over in only 34%, but now he gets to face a lefty where he's over in 65%. He's had a hit in every single game, essentially, except for 2 against a lefty. So even if you want to take like a more of a likely to win prop, you could just end up taking his hit on the board also, which is going to be a Green Goblin. He should be available on the PrizePicks board, but I like the hits, runs, and RBIs today because I also like the Rangers offense as a whole today. I think they will be able to put up some runs. The weather is very good in this game, and it's also one of the higher over-unders on the slate. It's about 9.5, and it's nearly a pick-em between the Rangers and the Orioles, I believe. It's pretty close. It's not exactly a pick-em. But you see that he also has a hit in the past against Trevor Rogers, including an RBI. No home run, but he has a hit with an RBI in only 3 plate appearances. Great sign there. More great things to look at here, though, is that he has had a much better average this year against lefties. 242 batting average this year, but a 260 against lefties, including a 91.2 WRC+. It's basically a measure of offense. You also have Trevor Rogers, who is much worse against right-handed batters. The 3.12 ERA goes all the way up to a 4.76 ERA. If you don't know, that is very, very bad. So it's also a good thing for us here. And you can see here that he's going to be facing mainly the fastball, the changeup, and the slider today. He has a 294 on-base average against the fastball, though, a 322. Changeup does go down quite a bit. He's not been very good against a changeup, but the slider goes right back up to a 325. So he might struggle a little bit against that changeup for sure. Although it is still only about 30 plate appearances, that's still not really what you want to see. But I do think he'll be able to get a hold, of at least one fastball or slider there, where he has a very good on-base average against, especially with the fact that he's a lefty and has had a hit against him in the past. There's just a lot that kind of makes up for him not being super great against a changeup. So overall, I think he's in a great spot to have at least a hit in this game, but I think the offense will be able to put him into some run and RBI opportunities. But if you're looking for a more lock, I guess if you want to call it a lock, it's not really a lock. Nothing's a lock, but if you could end up taking his Goblin hit on the PrizePicks board, and there's also another great spot too. But I'm going to go with hit, runs, and RBIs. Give me the over. It's about a -115 on certain apps out there, -110. But on PrizePicks, it is listed as a -119 or a normal square on the board. So give me the over today. Now, before we get to my next play, if you have not already seen Sleeper, it is, in my opinion, the best app out there right now. And if you use promo code DOMG, you get a first on depositors up to $100 and a free square when you sign up using my promo code right there. Link will be available in my description. What's really cool about this app though is that they have promos all the time for all users, just constantly on their app. We had a ton of promos yesterday. There's not currently on the board, but I do expect there to be some a little bit later today. If not, they're gonna have some tomorrow. They have them like nearly every single day. It is one of the best apps out there for promos, and you can make a pretty good bankroll out of those promos. But they also could offer a better payout than an app like PrizePicks, depending on the different type of play that you like. Like if you like Bailey Ober's here under here, and for example, you like another guy on the over, let's say Ronald Acuna's total bases, could pay out a 3.53x over on Sleeper if you do like that Ober on the under, compared to maybe a 3x on PrizePicks. It's a really cool app. Get it for yourself in my description and use that promo code DOMG when signing up for Sleeper. And now let's head to my second play here over on PrizePicks. And this one is going to be over in not the MLB category, but the MLB live category here, because we got a pretty interesting spot here. We're going to go with the innings 1+2 pitcher strikeouts to go down to Brian Wu on the over of 2 strikeouts in the first 2 innings. This one has a lot of push potential on the over, but I'm okay with it because I think there's a lot of potential for him to go over this instead of going under this, if that kind of makes sense. So just be aware that there is a pretty good chance that this one could push. If anything, it's not the worst idea to throw it into a 3-man power play, because if it goes over, it could boost your entry to a 6x. If it goes just a push, then it just bumps the entry down to a 3x, if that kind of makes sense. But it's really kind of up to you how you guys want to use this, of course. But I think Brian Wu's in a pretty great spot. You see his full line for strikeouts today is about 5.5. Depending on the app, though, you can see it's like a -102 or like a -110 on the over. Some apps he's even like a -115 to go over his 5.5 strikeouts. But that's with him going under in a lot of these games here, including the team that he played already this year in the Minnesota Twins. He went 6.2 innings against them with only 3 strikeouts. So I like his MLB strikeouts today. Well, you can see how consistent he has been in the first 2 innings at having at least 2 strikeouts. He's had this in nearly 8 straight games, or has had this in 8 straight games. He's had at least 2. He has had 3 a couple times, though, like including the Twins, by the way. So in that game, he had 3 strikeouts. He had 3 in the first 2 innings there against the Twins. What I also like, though, is the track record that other pitchers have had against the Twins. You see here that Quinn Priester, not a strikeout guy, had 2 strikeouts against them. You even have guys like Nick Martinez and Nick Lodolo clearing their line when they had a pretty similar line to what Brian Wu has today. You have Hunter Brown with 5 strikeouts against him in the first 2 innings. There are a lot of games here where they're having, at least striking out 2 times in the first 2 innings, but a lot of times they're striking out like 3 times. So I think there is potential for him to have 3 strikeouts in this game. And I don't really see him having less than 2 strikeouts. Like, of course, I've been wrong before, but he said that in 8 straight games, I'd be surprised if he did not have at least 2 strikeouts in the first 2 innings. And I think there's enough upside for me to play this one at the over 2, if that kind of makes sense. So like I said, a lot of pitch potential. I think there's upside for 3. That strikeout has been pretty deadly to this Minnesota Twins this year, so as long as he's using that slider a good bit of the time on those like 0-2 counts or just any 2-strike count, I think that he'll be able to, strike a couple of these guys out, like Willie Castro, man. 42.4% strikeout percentage against the slider. Larnach, 42.4 right there also. I mean, these guys have been striking out quite a bit against that slider. Byron Buxton, he'll be seeing here at the top of the order. 37 strikeout percentage against him. So I like the upside a lot here for Brian Wu. Give me the over here for his strikeouts in the first 2 innings. That is going to do it, though. I'll have a third play for you guys tomorrow. If you guys do indeed hit that like goal of 175, scroll down there, leave a like. And I'll hopefully be having like a free 6-man or something today over up on Twitter. So go give me a follow on Twitter at domgprops. Hoping to post some more free plays over there, like a free entry or something today. At least a couple free plays. But I'm not done with the free plays yet, but one last reminder to join the DubClub if you have not already. At least check it out. It'll be available in my description. I recommend joining, though. You will have a pretty good time here between the community and all the different plays that you get from like the contributors here for a bunch of different sports. The community chat's a great place to be, as well as trying to cash some of those 6-man slips that I've been posting for the MLB. But here's some more free plays from the Daily Grind tool, and this tool we're going to show off the best bid to value plays on an app like PrizePicks, your underdog. Right now on PrizePicks, they list some value plays right now on Brian Wu under fantasy score, Swollenbach here under fantasy score, Hamby here under assists for tomorrow. You also have Shane Smith here under strikeouts, as well as Liberatore under strikeouts. A lot of undervalue right now is on the PrizePicks board. We found all these different value plays by doing nothing but just clicking on the refresh button. You also can get live plays too, so if you're trying to find plays in the middle of an MLB game, click on live and it'll pull up some plays that are live that you can lock in, potentially make some coin. So go get this tool for yourself in my description. Click on the fantasy bundle and scrolling down. But we're not done because they have another tool available that is sold separately, Codelet AS Generator. And this tool is over 2,500 years of profit since last year, and there is a slip currently on the board for PrizePicks, which contains the value right now on some of those undervalues that we saw from earlier, as well as like Marcus Semien over hits, runs, and RBIs, and Austin Riley under 1.5 total bases. Slight profit margin there, and if you click on Bet on PrizePicks, it puts into PrizePicks for you, just like that. So if you want this tool for yourself, get it for yourself in my description, but this time click on the slip generator, and then scroll down, and again, use promo code DOMG. Thank you for watching. I'll see you for the next video. Best of luck If you want to make over $5,000 of profit on PrizePicks, you can watch this video on your screen right here.